Chris, another successful weekend for you guys.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's a good feeling. Obviously, waking up on a Monday knowing that we've got 3 points and we're in a nice position in the table, and with a game in hand, it's probably even better. So it's becoming a nice feeling actually, especially since I came back to the club. It's probably 70-80% of the time I've woke up on a Monday feeling happy with a win on the weekend. So it's a good. I've always said it's a good mentality to get if you can just get them winning games. We weren't great Saturday by any stretch of the imagination. I think a lot of the fans would probably agree with that. I wouldn't imagine the first half especially was great to watch, but at the end of the day they're all leaving happy and we're all leaving happy. So if we do that for the rest of the season, then once again they'll be happy at the end as well.
And things like this don't happen often. I mean, you've been involved in football for long enough to know. It happened just before you came here, and then all last season and the start of this season. It is unusual.
It is, yeah. It's just it's something that we didn't have at this club before when I was there. That we'd win a couple of games, look towards the edge of the playoffs, and then we'd lose 2 or 3 in a row and end up back towards the other end. So it's nice to have a bunch of lads that can win games. At the moment, it doesn't seem to matter who's playing. We're all chipping in with contributions to getting the 3 points, no matter what formation we play, no matter who plays, no matter who we're playing. I think we feel as if we're going to win the game.
And there's such resilience in the squad. You're well documented about going behind this season, but you never know when you beat. Inside the dressing room, without giving away all the sort of secrets, does it feel special?
To be fair, they didn't look like scoring on Saturday, and when they did, I think it was one of them being on the pitch where I just don't seem to panic, because I just know that there's every chance we're going to get back in the game. I'm looking at the clock and it's gone 80 minutes and I'm still thinking we could probably win this, and we have. And I think the one time it's sort of, or maybe a couple of times it hasn't happened, Bolton at home, but we should have got back in that game. Another day we get back in that game, and especially Sheffield away, we've gone down to 10 men, they've just scored, and with 10 men, we've absolutely battered them for the last half hour, and it was only because I think they were blocking balls on the line and stuff. We didn't win, so it's just that sort of feeling that we know that we can play to the very end. I think it all sort of started towards the end of last season, maybe sort of Northampton, when we were 2 down and we came back and got back into the game. And since then, it's the gaffer said obviously he won't be happy with us going behind every game, but he said if we go behind every game and still win for the rest of the season, obviously, it'll snap your hand off. So it's a strange one, because you want to keep clean sheets, which is obviously the thing we're trying to work on, but we're winning games, so it's a difficult catch-22 situation where you can't really moan, because, like I say, we're picking points up.
Yeah. And is it? I guess it's that trust, isn't it? You all know that you can do your jobs, and you believe in each other. That's
it, yeah, because we've got a massive squad now, but everyone's being used, and from the lads that have came in to the boys that have been here for the last 2-3 seasons, it's all about the gaffer being able to trust in. There's not many squads in England, to be fair, that change around as much as we do in terms of starting lineups for the Saturday, and the fact that we just keep winning is credit to all the boys, because it takes a certain type of player to be able to play in different formations and different positions every week, and I think every single one of our players has bought into it.
And you must be pretty happy. I was looking at the stats, and I think of the 12 games that you played in the league this season, you started 10 and behind the captain and your left back, who I don't think ever misses a game. That's pretty much the best.
Yeah, no, I think started the pre-season. I think I had the most minutes pre-season, and Stewie puts a lot of the stats on the board on Monday mornings for us to look at through the week, and I'm enjoying it. I'm getting a lot of game time. I think I've got 6 assists and 2 goals now, which in the first 12 games or whatever is a good return. I want to keep that going. It's an important season for me, really. It was back in League One where people obviously have known I played most of my career, and maybe there's a bit of pressure on me to show that I could still do it at this level, but at the moment I am, and I'm enjoying my football, I'm enjoying training, and I think that's probably shown on the pitch, and it's just one of them where I've got to keep doing what I'm doing, and there's so much competition for places in the middle. If I don't, then I know I'm not going to have my spot, because some great midfielders that aren't even getting, on the bench and stuff. So I think that's helping me in a way, because I hate not playing. So knowing that these lads are behind me is spurring me on to keep my spot.
And I guess goals like Saturday aren't going to hurt. That was a real rolling back the years moment, wasn't it?
Yeah, I've scored a few similar to that in my career. Yeah, so it was nice to get one like that. It's sort of something I've brought a little bit more into my game again this year, getting forward a little bit more, and the driving runs that I always used to do. It was quite difficult last year, because we sort of, when we play 4-4-2, it would be 9 times out of 10 me and Mance just sort of sat in the middle, ticking it over. But as the gaffer wanted us to do, with 2 out-and-out wingers, you can't really get forward too much. But when you play like we did on Saturday, and especially when you're chasing the game, it was obviously time for me and Chaz to try and do something from midfield. It wasn't a lot of defending going on between the pair of us, but with the passing we both got, and the ability to get in the box, it was up to one of us to try and do something for the team, because it was a bit of a dead game, to be fair, and it was going to take a little spark to get it going.
And just finally, CMK Dons obviously up tomorrow, and
yep.
A good sized team, with some good players, but they're not doing all that well, particularly at home.
No, I was watching the Football League show on the weekend, and just watching the size of some of the clubs that are not doing too well, like the Coventrys and Charltons, and I've obviously been at MK Dons and spent time there. I know what a great club it is. They've got a good manager who likes passing football, and they've still got 4 or 5 players that were there when I was there, and on paper they've probably got the best team in the league. If you look at it, they've brought in Agard up front as well, who's scored goals. They've got good passing players. They've got players that can play in holes and stuff. So it's going to be a tough game. It's a big pitch, and they like to pass it. So it'll be down to us to probably work on it today and do our research on what we're going to do to combat how they play. Because like I say, I've been part of it, and it's similar to Swindon in a way, passing out from the goalkeeper and stuff like that. So we'll have to work on that today and make sure we know what we're doing.